Welcome to Conversations with Klana, made for the modern woman who wants to raise her self-esteem, increase her satisfaction, and build happy and loving relationships with herself and others. More and more, women feel they have lost their spark and the connection to themselves and miss deep intimacy in their lives. Rather than accept a life that doesn't shine, they want to change to one that does. Join the conversation each week when Klana and her guests explore practical ways and positive solutions to living a new, authentic life based on self-love, connection, harmony, and joy. Now, here is your host, transformation catalyst, author, and speaker, Klana.
Hello, and welcome to a new episode of Conversations with Klana. Today, with Lucie Lynch from Hawaii.
Exactly. Aloha, Hawaii. So excited to be here.
Yeah, me too. So Lucie Lynch is a singer and songwriter, a playwright, and vocal empowerment coach that utilizes the power of sound to support others in finding their unique voice and express their truth. She performs online 3 to 5 times a week with her LUCIE LYNCH Love Channel, where she lifts up the spirits around her with song and story. And you could call it mini musical coaching sessions. How cool is that? Welcome again, Lucie.
Thank you so much. Yeah, what a wonderful way to say it, right?
Yeah.
It's really what it is. I really realized that it's kind of like I'm a mix between like a singing Tony Robbins female and then Mr. Rogers. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day, like just lifting up the spirits and connecting with, especially with the inner children of people, to always allow people to go deep and yet in a flowy and fun way. Sometimes they don't even realize where I just took them.
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what is needed, especially in these times. And your energy, at least when you are online, is always like high.
I have it also offline. My husband sometimes is like, I have no idea what you're taking, but I want to take it too.
How cool is that? That's the best compliment somebody can give you, isn't it?
I know. Oh.
So you must be like a pot of honey where a lot of bees are around you because they want something from that honey, I guess. Is it like that?
It is that I love that analogy. I never saw it that way, and I'm gonna keep that with me, Klana. I love that because I think though what happened is that for the longest time I couldn't quite handle it. Like, because I always thought as the pot of honey, I have to be the perfect honey. I have to be the perfect sweetness, the perfect ripeness, perfect honey, organic. Yeah. And so when a lot of bees came, the more bees came, sometimes I got afraid. And what I then did, I shut the lid of the beautiful honey bowl, you know? And so now I'm really observing that, to see that I don't have to be perfect honey, because the bees, we all together make this honey perfect. Because every bee that comes into my life is adding to the quality and to the taste and to the organicness of that honey. So it becomes like a, sustainable cycle, honey cycle, so to speak.
Guess what? It just came down on me. I was really wondering what comes out of my mouth. These are the moments I love most. So, and isn't that exactly what life is about? Yes. It's just energy as everything else. And if we spread positive energy, we attract positive people as well.
And miracles, people, a lot of times people perceive me as, oh, Lucie is always lucky, right? Things are always just working out for her. And I always say, to luck really loves people who are courageous, who are willing to risk something, and also who are willing to be courageous enough to look, above the bucket, look out there, what's out there for me. And meaning I'm using more and more, not always. I'm also, learning. I'm a crystal in process, right? So I use my imagination to look for the positive, right? Instead of using my imagination to imagine always the worst case scenarios, I'm training my mind, training my thoughts, practicing to see what is it that I want, what is it that I desire. And it's not a one-time thing. It's not like a one affirmation and then that's done, but it's really the training over time to do that. So then what happens is, because like you said, it's all energy, wherever we focus, where the focus goes, energy flows. And that's really what's happening. And that's why I have these miracles happen, or I'm lucky that I break down with my car and the car behind me happens to be a mechanic who has a tow thing in his car and tows me home. Kind of, I have a lot of those stories. And I really meanwhile think it's because I'm almost in a state now where I'm expecting that to happen.
Beautiful.
Like, where's the miracle now? I'm excited. Where is it?
This is so beautiful. And you are so right. I have a question. Has that been all your life like that?
So funny enough, I have a lot of those stories, yes, throughout my life. But I think it was something more that just kind of unconsciously happened. But there were also a lot of, always in between, a lot of dark stretches and a lot of not feeling good and not thinking positive and not having that. And I feel like it started probably around early 20s when I really started to do my first self-development, I don't even want to call it work, because I really think the adventures and sightseeing tours into my inner world, right? When I started that, that's when it slowly shifted, that the gaps just get a little shorter and a little smaller. Like the darkness is, not overcoming me for such long periods of time anymore, where I have more of an awareness now to see, oh, it's happening. Oh, here we go. Oh my goodness. And now to a degree where sometimes I have just such compassion then for myself, because I feel like, what? I mean, it almost makes me cry, Klana, because what must people have told you when you were a child that you feel that way, that you think that way? Like what? Oh, it's just so, oh.
So
what did you have to hear?
Yeah, I'm happy for you that you started so early. For me, it took a few decades longer, and we are both German.
Yes.
So we grew up in the same culture and still different ways of handling that. That's cool to see. Yeah. So it took me really, really a long time to go away from that dark side, as you say, and more to that. So I also know what it means to be on the other side. And this is why both of us are now helping people who are maybe still not yet there in the high flyer energy. Yeah. To get more into their lives. So, and you are doing it with singing and playing. Yeah. And where you have, tell me a little bit, or tell our listeners a little bit about your play. Yes, it's not a screenplay, it's a theater play.
Yeah, theater play. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think, what I really do is, and still, I feel it's really more about integrating the darkness, like day and night, darkness and light, happy and sad, right? It's not about only being happy, only being high energy. No. It's just about integrating and riding that wave, right? I always say, when you're in the hospital and they're checking your heart, this is a good sign. Mm-hmm. This means you're dead. So, in a way, I'm like, it's good. I'm moving, but it's, I just wanted to say, it's not all about just happy hippo, right? No. So but what I use is when I'm going through, you know, the caterpillar butterfly moments, I take, in the caterpillar moment, I take that goop, I take that like squeeziness, that pain, and I usually channel it out of my body into the world in form of song. And the songs that come out are always, or that come through, they are always very hopeful, very inspiring, uplifting. They usually always start, like the song always picks me up where I am. Like, for example, I'm lost in the dark. I don't know where to go. I don't see anything. And then comes a shift to, oh, but then I hear a voice. I hear the truth. And up to, yes, I can. Here I am. I'm standing in the light, right? A little bit like a Disney character who goes from map to here on the hill. And I think I do that with most of my work. The same with the play, Money Talks, but what the hell is it saying? Which I created with my friend Marcia Zina Mager 8 years ago. We were both broke. We were both like starving artists. And we decided to take that pain, that frustration around money and finances and channel it into a Broadway musical. And so we pretended we had $1 million budget and we wrote a whole big show. And then we realized we need a lot of money to actually put up a big show like that. So we didn't have that. So we decided to rewrite the show into a 2-woman show about the story of trying to write that Broadway musical. And with that 2-woman show, we won awards, we broke box office records. We've been performing this show for about 5-6 years now, for prisons, for drug rehabs, for all the theaters, churches, synagogues, corporations. You know, we've been really breaking through with that beautiful message. And it's almost like a coaching platform. That musical is really, it takes all our beliefs around money. It takes, money becomes a character. We have a Mount Coin, like we have money gods and money goddesses who live on the Mount Olympus, Mount Coin. And they are watching humanity and, you know, how they fight around money, how they define themselves about money. And it's a wonderful, beautiful, uplifting play with the ultimate message that we are all wandering from room to room, hunting for the diamond necklace that we have already around our neck. And that's a quote from Rumi, the Sufi poet, the 13th century. Very, very wise man. And I love that quote so much because I feel that's a lot what's going on in our world, is that we always want to get there, but we never want to be here.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah, so that's a little bit, my work in a nutshell is really picking up people, even in their own voice and sound world, bringing people into the now, into the body. And there's, for me, no better way than using your own voice, using your own sound, the sound of your voice, sounding in your body, giving your life a voice, giving your life a sound. And then with song, because a lot of us have a lot of stuff around singing. A lot of us feel ashamed and I'm not good enough. I'm not this, my voice is ugly. I'm not singing, don't sing high enough, all of that. Once we break through to that, and I have very playful techniques to support people in doing that, where it's a lot of fun, then you see shifts in your life as well, because you broke through a barrier. You broke through a wall of beliefs that are not serving you anymore. So, you know, I really believe in the power of song. Yeah.
Wow. So you have so many areas you play in, but let us first go back a little bit, just a moment, to your play.
Yeah.
If you want to see that, do people need to go to Honolulu?
No. So, I mean, it's really weird to say it here, but I'm going to do it. Thanks to the pandemic, thanks to Mr. Corona, we actually had to put the play online. And now we are actually in the process of, there will be a video on demand on Vimeo. So people can rent it like on YouTube for like $3.99. You will be able to watch the show with homemade popcorn in your own living room. So
okay. And when will this be happening?
Probably like, I don't know, we're probably starting next week. We've just uploaded it. So the link will be available, and you will find it on our website, which is ilovemoneytalks.com. Also on my website, lucielynchmusic.com. It will be everywhere.
Okay, I will put it in the show notes. So
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. That was the play. And then what I know about you from singing, you have a special gift. So when you sing, you mentioned it already, you are channeling the words. You are really singing in that very moment. Do you ever sing one song several times? Can you remember something, or how does that work?
So I do, I have songs that are, I have albums, and the songs are written, but I think that what sets me apart from some other, that's why I created my own record label. I created my own publishing company. I created just my own Lucie Lynch universe, my own music business company, because I think that way I'm just a little different. So people who come to my concert and want to just like be zoned out and sing along because they know the lyrics and kind of hop up and down and drink a beer and kind of like, yeah, not so much. So I'm there, and I literally take the energy of the room. I read people, I make up things on the spot. My band, I admire them so much, those 4 gentlemen who play with me, because they go with me. Because with me, you never know. Sometimes I sing the song the way it is, and then I'm adding on to it. Like the song might be 4 minutes, and then there's another verse and a chorus, and we go somewhere, and then I'm doing a little like uplifting speech in between. And I think it's something that I want to allow myself, and I want to allow an audience also to witness that you don't have to be perfect. Because it's like, for me, it's not perfect. Sometimes the sentences don't even make sense. That's not very often the case, but sometimes it is. And sometimes there's like a pause, or I allow myself to really be present instead of having it be something that is totally choreography, rehearsed, like almost like filtered and fake in a way. Where then you smile and you do your thing, and then behind the stage, your manager gives you a slap in the face because you sang the second verse wrong, and that's unprofessional or something. And I think for me, that's not my gift of music. Is really to sing energy, to bring what's there into the world, which is in the moment.
Mm-hmm. And it's so lovely to listen.
Oh, thank you.
So where are you broadcasting your Lucie Lynch Love Channel?
So I have a Facebook fan page, Lucie Lynch, which is the best way to, at the moment, follow me and, like me and tag me and everything. My personal page, I'm moving a little bit away from that because I reached the capacity. And also Facebook is a little funny with their algorithms. And since it's a business, I moved it over to my fan page now. So that's where I'm mostly, but soon, I would say right now, I'm really saying realistically, 2021, I'm gonna also stream on YouTube at the same time. So it will be YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Those 3 are the main ones for now, where I'm gonna then live stream on a regular basis. Exactly. And people can, it's so wonderful. I created all these nice little platforms. I have people now supporting me on Bandcamp, where they can subscribe and become co-producers of my music. Every time I go into the studio, I invite people to support and end up on my album. So it has been so much fun, and people have been so generous. And it is really the way where I feel that's kind of like a new economy as well, where everybody pitches in a little bit, and so, but feels like part of something big. So my new song, Yes, I Can, I have 55 co-producers who came on to support that studio recording. And when I was in the studio, I was singing there, and I had the feeling I'm just singing it for all of them, and you hear the song, that song will be released in January. And you hear it in the song, you hear the smile, you hear the energy of the gratitude of all those people believing in this message of yes, I can.
And I just feel it, because I'm more the feeler type. I
Yeah.
just getting goosebumps all over my body while you have been talking about that. It's cool. So yeah, it's all about community.
Yeah.
More and more community, and not the divide which we are seeing at the moment. It's just showing itself so that it can disappear. So I'm a big, big believer of the community, and that we are helping each other and supporting each other.
Exactly, because what else is there really, right? If we keep buying into the idea that it's only me, myself, and I, we will all also always still feel that emptiness and that void. And then we keep buying things that we don't need. And then we think our happiness is in the big house and the big car and the big this and the that. You know, but what we're really craving, though, I really wholeheartedly believe, is love, is connection, is belonging, is the feeling of looking into each other's eyes, having that moment of, here we are here. And I get chills all over, because I feel like that is the scream behind every act you see, you know, good or bad, however we label it. It's that scream for, I just want to be heard, I want to be seen, I want to be loved, I want to just hear that everything's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly it.
Oh.
Yeah. And this is what we both are here to help others with.
Yes.
So that they can get that, and that they can spread their love also to others, so that it's a really, like, this should be contagious too, and it is.
Yes. One of my favorite analogies is always that, when I work with people, I ask them, look, imagine you are part of a big organism, like a body of Earth, and you are a cell in that body. So, and then you, like, what cell do you want to be? Do you want to be a cell that is like uplifting and that has other healthy cells around them, and then they spread that good news and they create more happy cells, and then they actually go into the areas where maybe in the body, there might be something going on, and then we have the healthy cells go in there and shift the other cells, and they rejuvenate and recharge. So again, I have a very childlike life approach. Very, like, I have a lot of imagination, but that helps me to always take a step back into the bird's perspective, because it almost becomes like an animated movie for me. Then it's like, okay, so if I'm a cell in the lung, it's really not my business what the kidneys are doing. I'm focusing on being a lung cell. So I'm here, I'm helping with the oxygen, I'm bringing the good air, circulation, hip, hip, hooray. And I just make sure that I have a good relationship with the kidneys. But it's not up to me to look at the cell in the kidney and be like, hey, dude, you're not doing your job down there, like that. And I see so much of that in the world, where we're judging each other, and then he should really do something different. Look at her, she shouldn't be. And then you're like, wait a second, go back. What is your part? Where are you? Where are you? Come back, Yeah.
Absolutely. So we talked about your gift of singing and channeling, and about playwriting and your wonderful play that you have done. What else are you doing with clients? Because you talked about clients. And the other people, I think you don't call them clients, but audience.
Exactly. Fans and clients, exactly. So what I created over this whole time is called Sing Your Soul. And I call it Sing Your Soul, Unleash Your Voice, Transform Your Life. And it's really a process that I take someone through, where they can get in touch with their message, their truth, their heart, their love, their being. And I do that through sounding, humming, singing, mantras, all different sorts of goodies. And then depending on it's very individual. I also do group workshops, but when I work with my private clients, for example, let's say someone comes and says, oh, I would love to explore my voice and write my own song. Then I structure the classes in a way that we do, you know, that we end up to write her own song. If somebody says, oh, I'm already a singer and songwriter, I just want to be more authentic in my expression. I just need a little like lift off because I feel like I'm not really connected to my heart because I'm too much in my head. Then we can do that. Then I build the classes that way. And, you know, since I've been doing this for, you know, writing songs, playing music and everything, like, oh my goodness, almost 30 years, you know, 28 years. And so I have so many different techniques. And a lot of times though, again, Klana, I have to be very honest and authentic here. I make up a lot of the techniques in the moment as well. You know, I have a big pool of things that I learned, but a lot of times when I'm in connection with someone and we're working, the analogies come, the channelings come, and then I do a meditation right on spot. I guide them into a singing exercise that I've never done before and might never do again. So it's really about, it's just a different form of having people tap into the hidden world of their being, into the hidden kingdom of their expression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I so love to hear that because that's the way I'm working too. So it's very intuitive.
Yes.
It's not a one fits all principle. Maybe there are some pillars that you are using more often or some kind of a bigger structure or whatever. But when you have the client in front of you, very, very individual and in the moment.
Yeah. And I have this
confronting for the people, yeah, but it's very healing too.
Yeah, it's very, very healing, very soothing, and I see the result in people that I work with a lot is that I see a weight is lifted. There's much more of a lightheartedness, and they start to actually witness their problems as opportunities and to grow and, you know, challenges instead of calling it something so like unsolvable, you know.
Yeah, because with your example you allow them to be what they already are.
Exactly. Yeah. And we all, exactly, thank you, because we always think we need to be more than we are, but it's really, we just need to remember who we are. And it's really, I think, exactly what you and I do is we bring the remembering. We bring the remembering instead of, hey, I give you this because this is what you are missing. No, it's like you just need to remember, you need to awaken it in the other.
And maybe unlearn behavior that you have been trained in, which doesn't serve you.
Yeah. And again, that happens a lot once we start to surround ourselves with different people. And I see that right now. I shifted my surrounding. And it's interesting because I realized I think so different now. I think different because I'm with different people. And sometimes it's even a little hard to get together with, you know, some old friends because it's almost like a different language now. And again, it's never about better or worse. It's not like, oh, I'm better now, or I'm, you know, because that's the whole thing too. It's like, oh, I'm in a higher vibration now. That's not at all what I'm talking about.
Different.
It's different.
Exactly.
It's just like as if we're in different rooms. You know, it's like my husband is in the kitchen and I'm in my room. We try to have a conversation, meaning we yell at each other. So that's really more what it is. It's not that I'm better, but it's just that it's not resonating anymore so much.
Exactly. And this is what happens throughout our lives in all areas of our life at the moment, very, very massively. And I've learned that for a while already, so I'm used to that. But I see some clients, for them it's really difficult to see this at this moment, that things are going away because their energy is not compatible anymore with other people's that have and even family. It starts in your, I think when it's in your nearer surroundings, it even feels worse than if it's a bit outside of you, further on.
It takes courage, because it's also, I think we all have been taught that, you know, like once you're in a relationship, you have to stay in it. Like friendships, they have to be forever and all of that, right? And I really I've actually always, funny enough, intuitively been that way. And people were mad at me a lot because of that, because they said, oh, you're always just like a butterfly. You come and go and out of sight and you take flight kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, but isn't that what life is? So for the longest time, I thought I'm wrong. So I thought I can't commit. I'm not this, I'm not that. Until I realized, I'm like, oh my God, other people actually get paid a lot of money to help people to be that way. You know, here I am that way, and I'm trying to do therapy to make it go away. There's something really weird going on, you know? And so once I really accepted that, it has been so much easier. And then it's also, if somebody gets mad at me because of that, then it's not my responsibility.
No, it's not your business. That's it.
Yeah.
Lucy, I think I could talk with you forever.
I know. Me too. It's like, oh.
Thank you so much. And you will give me all the links that are important for people to know, and I put them in the show notes.
Perfect.
So thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
And showing your wisdom and sharing your beautiful energy with everybody else. And thank you, listener, for being here and watching us. And if you like Conversations with Klana, you can go on all podcast platforms and on YouTube, of course, and like and subscribe and what you do. Okay. Hope to see you back soon. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Conversations with Klana. Remember to follow us on social media and get connected. Visit our website, conversationswithklana.com, for show notes and additional episodes. And if you like this broadcast, please share it with your friends to help us empower more women to live an authentic and happy life and make this world a better place for everyone.